All right. All right. Shalom. Shalom, shalom to the elect of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, starting with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to have mercy upon in these latter days, which we're in the beginning stages of. All right. And unto the Israelite foreigners, the speckled birds that are in the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens and speak their languages but are not. Shalom, shalom, shalom to all of you. Before we get started with this quick hit lesson, we're going to face the east and give the much due, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Racha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim, Kol Halayom La, Abanawa, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Racha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahweh Shai, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahweh Shai, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Racha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim. All right, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's name, who the world calls God, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists, he to be, the existing one. Bahasham in the name, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus Christ, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, which means he saves, he delivers. He is the savior for the nation of Yashar Allah in general, but only for the elect, the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children, and unto the Israelite foreigners, the speckled birds that are in the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens and speak the languages but are not. All right, that is it. The remnant, the chosen, the elect. Bahasham in the name, Waha, Racha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim, and the Holy Spirit, which art in heaven. All right. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you sincere Akia, Moakwa, you sincere brothers, and few amounts of sincere sisters that'll tune into this quick hit lesson. Adawan Ratazah, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point and plain upon the tables. All right. I'm your brother Ayam Nawa Allah, representing Warriors for Yahweh Shai out here in Houston, Texas, 77089. All right, without further ado, we're going to dive right into this topic. And the topic, as always, is of biblical prophecy. All right, so without further ado, we're going to dive into this. The lesson's edifying. All right. So as you see on the title, right, it says Walmart closes 51 location centers permanently in Texas. All right. Now, this article that we're about to tackle, the link to this article is within the description box. Take heed to it at your leisure. All right. All right, bear with me. Gotta let this shit load. All right, we're good. All right. It says Walmart now closing all of these Texas centers permanently. All right. It says a surprise announcement was made by Walmart today to permanently close, shut down 51 centers across Texas and the United States. So not just here in Texas. They're also letting you know there's multitudes of these other, Walmarts. Slovakia. Walmarts in the United States in general that are going to be shut down and closed. But we know through the Spirit what's going to be happening to these damn Walmarts. All right, it's going to be these damn these FEMA centers, these FEMA camps, right? But let's continue. It says nobody ever wants to see these businesses, blah blah blah, and a bunch of miscellaneous stupid shit. I guess someone's talking. All right, it says sometimes stores, especially franchises, chains, will go through several location closings even while they are in the midst of a large growth period. Sometimes you have to prune a few branches in order to make the most production. All right, but I'm trying to see the areas where they're shutting down. All right, they're saying Walmart health centers, Walmart actual stores, Walmart super centers here in Texas. So I'm assuming it's just those three. You got your regular Walmarts, your Walmart super center, and then you got your Walmart health centers, whatever it may be. All right. These places are closing across Texas, right? But also primarily in Texas, but also across the United States. All right. So really quickly, right? If I'm not mistaken. It was a surprise in the timing of. All right. We're gonna play this really quick 50-second video. Turn this music down real quick. All right.
It was a surprise in the timing of the announcement. They had just recently reiterated plans to expand to a number of states. They already had 51 locations in 5 states and were looking to expand beyond that. But what wasn't a surprise is the fact that they were struggling. Now, there have been experts that have been telling me for some time that retail health is not a walk in the park. It is complex. You have to deal with the very complex payment structure of the healthcare ecosystem that we all know has been putting pressure on providers. And that is the reason why hospitals and doctors, for example, say that they have such razor thin margins. And so Walmart bumped into that. Now, they did not explain how long this segment had been unprofitable, but it certainly is interesting. And some are saying, could this really be the end of retail health? If Walmart can't make it, who else can?
Damn, if Walmart can't do it, they're saying who else can, right? Come on now. Shalom to all the brothers on the comment board. Shalom to the Ak. All right, y'all, Bashmil Shai Barakatah, brother out there in Pasadena, Texas. All right. Shalom to all of you on the comment board. All right. So you heard that, right? You heard that for yourself. Walmart is struggling. Walmart is struggling by means of the regular Walmarts that you're able to go to. The Walmart superstores are struggling. And you also got the Walmart health centers that are struggling with, with finances and profits. All right. So look. More job closures, man. All right. All these people that work for these superstores, these Walmarts, these health centers, they all got laid off, man. And there was 51 locations that all these people got laid off at here in Texas. And they're saying that they're going to start also across the United States as well. All right. More job closings, man. More job, losses here in America, Babylon the Great. All right. So, I brought the video, I read the article. Like I said, the article is, the link to that article is in the description box. Take heed to it at your leisure. We're going to dive into these scriptures, bring this forth. I don't want to wrap this out. This lesson's edifying. All right. So we're going to grab the book of 2 Timothy. All right. Chapter 3, verse 1. And it reads, "This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come." Right, the last days, which we're in the beginning stages of. Perilous, going into the Greek translation, Strong's G 5467, chalepos, which goes into difficult, i.e., dangerous, fierce, hard to bear, troublesome, or savage times. Right, times that are what? Full of danger and risk. Right, these are the type of times we're coming into, man. All right, a time where people are not able to afford things anymore because look, they're not able to have, they don't have jobs anymore, right? They're not able to provide nor make ends meet because of the jobs that are being cut in America, Babylon the Great, man. All right. And obviously, a plethora of other things, right? But in this instance, we're talking about, look, job losses is being more prevalent in today's society, man, being made manifest more and more as the days go on. All right. You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. Let's also grab this in 1 Peter. Right, the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. All right, and it reads, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer." All right. But the end of all things is at hand. The end of what? This age, this eon in which we are in the midst of. This age of wickedness, right? When you go into that word end, right? The Strong Concordance, right? The Greek translation. And Strong's G 5056, telos. Telos, which goes into the result of conclusion of an act, termination, the limit at which a thing ceases to be. the end of an act or a state, right? We're seeing the end of the state of wickedness here in America, Babylon the Great, all right? The act of wickedness by means of what? All these things that Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, has brought forth as a so-called normality here in America, Babylon the Great, right? The philosophies, right? The guiding principles in which Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, tells people how to act in accordance with, right? For some examples, look, he says it's okay to be a man, you can love another man, right? He says you could be a woman, you could love another woman, right? You could be a man and you can, transition over into a woman. You could be a woman and transition over into a man. That's the guiding principles of America, Babylon the Great. Confusion, man. All right. So look, that's why it says, but the end of all things is at hand. We're seeing the end of this bitch, man. The end of this wicked ass kingdom is folding. It's falling, man. It's falling. That's why it says, what? Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer, right? Sober minded, spiritually, physically, mentally. Sober goes into what? Serious, sensible, and solemn. Serious minded, cool, calm, and collected, right? Being prepared for the times to come, because it's about to get greater evils is about to be made manifest out here, man. Right? So we are to be sober minded and constantly watch unto prayer. Watch for these prophecies to come to pass. All right. All these things, all right, being circumspect, vigilant, right? Keeping your head on a swivel, being alert, because guess what? Greater evils are about to come down the pipeline, so to speak. All right. It's only going to get worse from here on out, man. All right. Let's also grab this in the book of Ecclesiastes. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. Just passed it. All right. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verses 3 through 4. It says, in that day, when the keepers of the house, right, the economies, shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, right, the labor force, the people that work, that have jobs, right, the labor force, the grinders cease because they are few, right, and those that look out the windows be darkened. All right. So look, people are going to be in that state of hopelessness because there's no jobs out here, right? Blinded to the fact that this place is not going to be, built up anymore, or built up again, come back to normal, so to speak, right? That's why it says literally the windows, or it says because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. People are going to be in that, type of spirit of despair, man, because they're not able to make ends meet, and they're not able to find any work out here at all in general, right? It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, right? All these buildings and all these so-called job places, right? They're going to start being foreclosed, man. Like you see the damn article, man. 51 spots in here in Texas of Walmarts are being shut down. They're being shut down, man. All right, closed, and it's going to happen across the Americas, man. Right? So the doors shall be shut in the streets, right? Mean mass foreclosures. When the sound of the grinding is low, lack of jobs, lack of working, right? The labor force. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, right? People are going to be waking up early at the ass crack of dawn to go find work, right? But they still not going to be able to find it. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? All these high independent, single bit spirited women, right? That have it made for themselves here in America, Babylon the Great, all right? They're going to be brought low, man. They're going to be brought very low, far beyond anything that they would have ever thought would happen to them, man. All right? The grinding is about to cease real soon, man. And we're only seeing the beginning stages of it. This is only the beginning, right? With more evils to come, greater than what we're seeing presently at this time, right? 2nd Ezra 14 and 16, right? Don't worry, we're going to grab that. Let's get this in the book of Jeremiah. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 25 and verse 10. Right. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 25 and verse 10. It says, moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstone and the light of the candle. All right, let's go into this. What's mirth go into? Mirth goes into amusement, especially as expressed in laughter, high spirits, cheerfulness, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua says, what? Moreover, I would take from them the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, right? pleased, delight, joyfulness, cheering, right? Rejoicing. The voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. He's going to take it away from America, Babylon the Great. People are not going to be bidding into marriage anymore, right? There's not going to be these big ass extravagant marriages or weddings and shit like that. That's going to be taken, because the time we're coming into, a lot of people are going to be broke, man, because of lack of work, right? And it says what? And the sound of the millstone, the grinding, that ceases, man, which is what? The workforce, jobs that are being, that are being cut, right? And it says in the light of the candle, right? These store places, right? These places that are open for business, right? That's why they got the lights, and it, basically attracts people like, hey, come here, we open, right? That shit's gonna stop, man. That shit's gonna stop. And guess what? All these places are gonna be shut in the street. Like, Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 4 says, that says, the doors were shut in the street. All these foreclosures are going to start being made manifest across the United States real soon, man. All right, and we're only seeing the beginning stages of it. Let's also grab this in the book of Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken. The brother got it right here too. Let's just grab it from here. This is the brother dyed garments from Basra. All right, it says Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. For Egypt, right? Egypt goes into bondage, which really represents where? America, Babylon the Great, right? Egypt was our actual ancient Egypt was our first captivity, right? You look at the back of the dollar bill, you see the pyramid, ancient Egypt, right? And then you see the new captivity, which we are held in bondage at, right? America, Babylon the Great, which has the symbol of eagle and a shield and all that crazy shit, right? Which represents pride, right? Which we are held in bondage in. America, Babylon the Great, which spawns forth pride, which Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai hates, man, and abhors. All right, so look, neither shall there be any work for Egypt here in America, Babylon the Great, for all you Babylonians, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do, right? Head, meaning what? CEO positions, manager positions, top tier jobs that, gain the most income. And tail goes into, the lower labor working forces, right? Which is what your entry level jobs, right? All those things that you barely make ends meet with, especially by means of those fast food restaurants and stuff like that, right? None of those jobs are going to be made manifest anymore. You're not going to be able to find those type of jobs, right? Because America is about to fucking collapse. And we see the beginning stages of it happening, and people may say like, oh, look, the stores always close all the time, but they get new ones built up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, the scripture says what? To be not ignorant of anything of a great matter or a small, right? Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, right? Chapter 5, verse 15. Don't be ignorant. Don't be unlearned, right? Lacking knowledge and understanding and awareness in a particular area, right? Don't be like that, because look, then you're going to be caught off guard when all this shit does happen to you. And then what? You're going to know that us servants, the prophets of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, starting with our elders and apostles and bishops of great millstone unto us at the lowest level, right? Great millstone affiliates. We have been warning you the whole time, right? Can't make this up, man. Cannot make this up. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah, the precept to what the brother brought forth. We're going to get the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 14. The book of Isaiah, chapter 9. Excuse me, Salakia. All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 14, it says, therefore the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day, right? The upper working class, the middle working class, and the lower working class, right? The labor force, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to cut off from who? You Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, man, that have good jobs or jobs in general here in America, Babylon the Great. He's going to cut all that shit in one fucking day, man. All the grinding will cease, all right? This is not a joke, man. No more work for anybody. No more work. And like I said, we see the beginning stages of it happening here in Texas, man, and across the Americas, of course, all right? But look, don't be ignorant to these things, man. Not be ignorant. Let's actually grab this in 2nd Ezra, since I was quoting it earlier, all right? Don't want to make the lesson too long, just straight to the point. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 16, straight to the point. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen, the things that we're seeing presently at this time, right, shall be done hereafter, man. So greater evils is coming. Greater evils are being planned, plotted, right, for America, Babylon the Great, the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, right? Like I said, people may believe that, oh, that's just nothing. That's just a small little, a small little issue or a problem that, Walmarts are closing, blah, blah, blah. But they do that for a reason, so they can build up better in some other place. No, man. All right. Esau's preparing for something. All right. And ultimately, look, America is falling. All right. America is crumbling, falling down. All right. And we see the beginning stages of it happening right now before the eyes of the people. And yet you still believe not that America is about to be destroyed, man. Right. It's becoming jobless. Right. You got the economical collapse, being made manifest still right before the eyes of the people, right? The Civil War, but Civil War is about to be made manifest as well. But you got World War III on the brinks of popping off, all right? You got Russia and China planning against Taiwan, and guess what? America's going to have to be drawn in and brought forth into that, which is going to cause a whole lot of catastrophes here in America, Babylon the Great, all right? People without jobs, people without food, all right? Famine can be started. All these things are contributing factors to a multitude of things to bring forth the demise of America, Babylon the Great, man. All right. And we see the beginning stages of it, man. All right. This is not a joke. We're warning you. All right. We're warning you to prepare yourself so you don't have to be prepared or try to prepare yourself when these things actually start happening. All right. Because by then it's going to be too fucking late. All right. So look, without further ado, I don't want to rock this out that this lesson was edifying and exhorting it to you, straight to the point, plain upon the tables. They don't want to make the lesson too long, just straight to the point. I don't want to rock this out. All right. Before we close out, we're going to face the east and give the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Wahar Rachak Wadash, Shabbat Shemayim. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone and GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you, sincere Aki and Wa'akwa, you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters, all right, that will tune into this lesson or tune into it afterwards. I don't want to rock this out, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point and plain upon the tables, right? I'm your brother Ayam Nawa'ala, representing Warriors for Yahushai out here in Houston, Texas, 77089. All right, without further ado, we're going to shut it down. On to the next one. I don't want to rock this out. Shalom. God bless you. Shai Barakatam.